Hey everyone. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Adam Stone. This is my first time doing a vlog or anything like this. I was inspired to do so from a class, I'll say, and gave me the push I needed to maybe do it. My goal is to inspire others and myself to be actively positive changes people in the world. Um, So I just want to share wisdom or what I see as wisdom or thoughts and go from there. I'm going to start with we create the world around us with the decisions we make every day. So if we create the world around us, what type of world would you create? Uh, Lollipops and rainbows? No, but, a good, I'd like it to be a good place. And so the decisions we make is what creates the world around us and creates the future. It is the future. We're all actively we're a part of the world whether we want to be or not. Um, what part do you want to be? Uh, with what kind of world do I want to leave for the future, for our children? Do we think things are getting better or worse? Um, but we are the people that determine that. So, with that being said, I wanted this to be as organic as possible. I do have a full notebook here that I have notes and flipping through. So you have to forgive the unprofessionalism, just on my cell phone here, sitting on my couch. So that's what I'm doing. But so I'll do my best to not lose train of thought. I wrote down stuff so I didn't. But I'd say fight the good fight. I feel that today more than ever we feel isolated, alone, or I think more importantly separate from other people. I think that's a part of social media and just technology in my lifetime that I've seen change. But people don't, or they see themselves more as isolated. Forgive me here. We see strangers as potential enemies instead of potential friends. We need everyone has something to offer someone else, whether it's a story, a lesson, something, and whether it's a child, a superior, a coworker, a stranger, we all have something to offer each other. So I think that we should look for that in others and look for that in ourselves too. Um, I guess where I'll segue to the next thing is a statement I thought is important. I have tattoos and it's backwards, I think, in this message, but what it says is see the good in others and they'll see the good in themselves. And this took me a long time to think about what I exactly want. It's tattooed on my arm. But I think it's a very important positive message. One of the best messages to give out there. When you see the good in others, it allows them to see the good in themselves and believe in themselves. For example, let's say there was someone who has been very problematic, gotten in trouble, makes mistakes, in or out of jail or whatever. The people around them are more likely to beat him down. Like, oh man, this guy's not getting his stuff together. He's got this guy. And you hear that so many times, and it's like, at what point in time does you're motivated to be a better person when everyone thinks you're a bad person? But if you say, hey man, I believe in you. I know it. I've seen it. I know you you are a good person. There's times that you choose not to be, or you don't make the right decision, and that's hard. All of us have to do that. Everyday life, it's not easy taking the high route or whatever. And then, excuse me, I see it as, even if it's someone's talking to me and they say, hey, I think you did a good job there, or hey Adam, I'm proud of you for that. That makes me feel good. You know, who doesn't like to be complimented or want to be complimented? And so I do think that it's very important that when we see the good around us, it brings it out. And I think that if you pay attention and you're active in this, I think that you can witness it and see the results. Experimental data, so to speak. Let's see here. I see people as people. I think that that's a lot of things we lose in social media and everything. You know, oh, this person's that, but you only see one certain part of a person. You don't see, even if it's something extreme, but then you don't see them at the dinner table, or how much they love their mama, or how much they love their sisters or their family. You know, everyone's a person. Everyone is a person, and it's important for us to remember that, and when we meet someone, let's look for that first before we look at all these constrictions or differences that we have, or labels, or so to speak, or whatever, that ultimately divide us. I see people as a people first before class, race, gender, religion, country, etc. We're a person first. I'm not getting into religion at the moment, but you know, like I ask myself, I don't consider myself a Christian, but I'll ask myself, what would Jesus do? Just like I might ask myself, what would Jean-Luc Picard do? But you know, wherever you find that archetype, that pedestal, that rock of what's good. But you know, I don't think Jesus would be like, oh, that guy's on the other side of the line. I don't know about that guy. You know, he's a Westerner or an Easterner or whatever, blue, black, green color, whatever you call it, whatever you want. All of those boundaries, what I mentioned earlier, race, gender, class, religion, country, those are all social creations. Or we created those concepts as humans, or decided to put importance on them, blah blah blah, you know. And those concepts are what separates us as people. And so I think it's important to see us as people before something else. Fun note is, you know, there's so many labels: he, she, they, black, white, blah. We're all human beings. We're all people. I think that I thought about starting to call people sapiens, you know, like Homo sapiens. It's like, what up, my sapiens? You know, it's kind of hard to argue that. Or something like earthlings, my fellow earthlings, or come up with some other great term, worlders, or, you know, something. I'm sure there's a term that's out there that's better than I can come up with it on the spot at the moment. But I thought that a good idea for a show, it could be a podcast, but might be better in video, but I call it Between Two People, and have people from, it doesn't have, I was thinking me with someone else, you know, interviewing, but to have two people that are from different socio-economical, gender, class, whatever, country positions, that shouldn't get along, for instance, or something, and then we sit down and we talk with open minds and respect, you know. Well, you know, I don't get what, you know, should I use this word or that word? Does this offend you or not offend you? Or what's it like for you? I want to know who you are, even though we're different, you know. We're all different. We're supposed to be. It would be a boring world if we were all the same. You know, we get to choose who we want to be. So it's like, we choose who we want to be, which we don't, but it's important we don't want everyone else to be who we are, I guess. Let me see here. I'm getting close. I have I have a lot of points that I wanted to touch on. Like I said, I wanted to keep a more organic conversation. But I thought that give it a test is what where I'm going with this, I guess, is compliment a stranger, or not, or someone that you know that you wouldn't normally compliment, whether it's a coworker, the mailman, you know, hey bud, thanks for delivering the mail. I appreciate what you do. You know, what's your name? You know, or good job, man. It just, I feel good when someone tells me that, like, hey, I thought you did a good job, or I like what you're doing here. It's like, I think that makes everyone feel good. Who doesn't like to be complimented? You can see, take the test of doing that, going out of your way for, let's say, 2 days, one day. And this is what I'm doing today. And you can see the effect it has on other people in your environment. If you want to test this, how we affect the world around us, a professor once told me, he's like, do an experiment yourself. He's like, go around for 1 day and just compliment people. Be nice, smile on your face, even if it's just a smile on your face. Being friendly. Hey, what up? And then see and observe, and then do it the next day, but frown. Don't respond to other people. Don't be mean, just don't interact or with other people, and you will see a change in the people's behavior around you. We that's the ripple effect. The degrees of separation, so to speak, but our positiveness towards the other people affects them personally. Think about how you process, someone says something in your head. It's like, hey, yo, guy in the green no doubt shirt. Or instead someone says, yo, hey, guy in the green no doubt shirt. We have reactions. We have a physiological stimulus that we get when someone says something positive or negative. And that moment is when we make a choice of how we want to react to that. So it's important for us to think about our thinking. Why did I think that? Why did I get upset about that? So to speak. So yeah, there's my challenge. Take a experiment, see what you observe from that, from being obviously positive or just not being connected, and you'll see a difference. So this is, I've gone over most of my main points here. I rambled a lot longer than I thought. So if you're still listening, okay, that means I did what I was hoping to do. Feel free to give feedback, comment, share. Tell me if there's something, if you feel like critiquing, that's totally fine too. Tell me what you think I maybe could do better, or more or less of, even if it's something simple, camera too close, or blah, 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 blah. I'd be more than happy to do that. Then I guess what I will end on is, what ideas do you have? I think just this test is an idea of mine of how we can maybe, in a small way, make the world a better place. Like, what ideas do you have? I'd like to hear them. Feel free to comment or share on, or let's have a conversation. So over here, see the good in others so they see the good in themselves. And then this one, upside down, backwards, be the change you wish to see in the world. What change do we want to make? Let's make the world a better place together. Thanks.